We're live.
Man,
We're heartbroken.
I'm on 11% on this phone and it's just like going off like crazy.
You were watching this and you were like, it's too much.
It's too much. Too much.
I was yelling and screaming. I could see them gradually starting to dwindle the lead. And it's because they were going to live and die by the three. It's like they didn't need to keep doing that. They would have just played fundamental basketball. They could have won the game. There was a
It
lot of
just
things that went
kills
wrong.
me. It's like, it kills me.
Yeah. Let's see if anybody wants to join us today.
I'm probably sitting there crying or mad.
All pissed off, yeah. I'm pissed off. Sean called me. Sean's mad. Everyone's mad. Everyone angry right now. Super Flash. He's in here. He says that was wild to see. Sean's pissed. I know. Trade Fox. Drop him off at the fire station.
Bye.
Spurs and-
Don't even get on the fucking bus. Bye.
That's your highest paid player. Went and fumbled the bag. They
Playing
could have
like
won that game.
basura.
Trade that sellout. I don't think this is a game the Spurs are going to recover from. I'll be the first one to tell you. I don't see how they recovered from this. I told Spurs fans the heartache was going to come. And guess what? It showed up finally. I said every time this happens, you get close and then get your heart broken.
Sounds familiar.
Everybody's going through it right now, Myra. Everyone's mad. And like you
Like
say
my
all the
hair's all
time,
crazy.
it's too much. It's
It's
too
just
much.
too much. It's too much.
It's a done deal, Spurs, and I get you. Everybody's lost faith in this team. And what happened near the end of the game is you had a lot of things happen in that second half. Spurs fell in love with the three, and they just weren't falling for him in the second half. Instead of getting away from the three, going ahead and just looking for a quality shot, start knocking down some jumpers, and attack the rim, because really that's what their success was in the first half. They got away from that. All of it, everything that was working for them in the first half, they got away from that formula to go ahead and become a team that just gonna, you know what, let's just shoot a three. And every time they would shoot the three early on in the possession, all those things, all those missed shots, they turned into extra possessions for the Knicks. Even in the fourth quarter, where they kept still taking threes and missing, those were turning into extra possessions for the Knicks. The Spurs shot themselves in the foot. This was the biggest choke job I've ever seen. And unfortunately, it happened in the playoffs. I know we say experience doesn't matter, but you know what? Tonight, it
It
showed its
mattered.
ugly head. The Spurs finally showed their inexperience. And you know what? Unfortunately, that's heartache. You know, I told Spurs fans that the heartache was going to come sooner or later. Unfortunately, it decided to show its ugly head tonight. I'm pissed. I'm angry. Everyone's upset because Mitch could have called a timeout, but Stephon Castle was having issues dribbling the ball. Didn't do it. Wemby had an opportunity to knock down two clutch free throws. Didn't do it. Fox had a golden opportunity. You have the ball, my guy. Why the hell are you trying to go ahead and score with two defenders on you? You could have dribbled that ball out and make him foul you and earn it from the free throw line. Didn't do that. All these things combined, along with the poor shooting in the second half, epic collapse. I don't think the Spurs are going to recover from this one. I got to say that it'd be a miracle if they win this next game at home. I think it's a done deal, but that's just me. I mean, I know the Spurs faithful will be like, they still got this. They can still come back. They could, but it's going to be extremely tough for them because you have one game at home, which is going to be game 5, and then you go back on the road again to Madison Square Garden. Spurs have proven they can't win at home against the Knicks. I think it's a done deal. But how you feeling, Myra?
I'm so mad. I'm telling you, like I was telling you, I'm at this place watching a game. All is well. I told myself, we said if they won, we were gonna do the show. So I told myself, okay, at the beginning of the fourth, I'll head this way. I left the place and we were still in the lead. I get home, I do a little bit what I have to do, come to my office. The score is like 94, 95, or 95, 99, something like it was something crazy. I'm like, what happened? Literally left and drove here and we lost all of that. And Twitter right now is going crazy because they're saying that Fox is the reason that we lost the game. I
Yeah,
I don't disagree.
he was a
I've
big reason.
Yes, we've been trying to defend him, or I feel like I've been trying to defend him from, everybody was saying he's the highest paid player. He's not delivering. He's not delivering. He's not delivering. Well, today, when he needed to deliver, did not deliver. Bye.
Yeah, it was pissing me off just watching this whole game. I was telling people, man, they're gonna lose the game. They're gonna lose the game, and sure enough, they lost the game.
Yeah. I
I
feel
hate
like, maybe,
hate
do you
being
think they
right.
got overly confident? You think they got overly confident because they had that such a big lead? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just mad.
No, and I mean they had again opportunities, but they squandered every one of them. And this is what happens sometimes, when you're a team that is inexperienced, when the lights shine the brightest and you're in the biggest stage, the things like this happen.
Yeah.
I look at a lot of bad happen, missed two missed free throws late. Yep.
Oh, yes.
And again, that's going to be the biggest question everyone's asking right now. Why didn't he hold the ball? Why
That,
didn't he hold the
yeah.
ball? Plain and simple. It's going to hurt. And that's what happens. In order for a team to really elevate their game, you have to have heartache. It always happens. Some type of heartache will happen. And unfortunately for the Spurs, I think this is going to be the one that stings so bad that it's going to make them so angry, so upset that they're going to work so hard in the offseason. They're going to come back stronger. But again, this happened to the Spurs, remember, in that 2013 NBA Finals, where you had the Ray
Yeah.
Allen go out in the corner and make that corner three over Tony Parker. And that was all she wrote. They went into overtime. Heat went on to win that game, and then they went in and beat the Spurs the next game and took that championship away. Spurs were
Yeah.
within seconds of hoisting another championship trophy, and the rest was history. I think this was a moment that gave me shades of the point four when the Lakers went and made that miraculous last second shot there, the zero point 0.4 with Fisher there in the corner, and that was all she wrote too. That just like took the Spurs heart out of them, and the Lakers went on to win. And this game had those vibes of the point four from the Lakers.
Yeah. It's
Nobody
ridiculous.
nobody boxed out Ananobi. Nobody guarded him, put a body on him.
It was
I mean,
left
there was
wide
a lot of
open.
things.
It was just wide open. He just did what he wanted to do because
Yeah,
we were
Spurs.
half asleep.
Spurs Ann says they need a revenge season. This might be the revenge season. Very much so. Look at Fake Killer. It's over, Joe. You were right. Do a victory lap. I'm not. I don't want to be right. That's the thing. I was believing in this team too, just like everybody else. I wanted them to win this NBA Finals. This would have been the best run for this team ever. And instead, you're just seeing that, unfortunately, that they still have a lot to learn. They still have levels to the game that they need to elevate themselves to. But nonetheless, you mean you got to be a Spurs fan through and through. Doesn't mean I'm gonna disown them. Still gonna root for them. They just need to go
Yeah,
ahead and get it together. And unfortunately for
absolutely.
us, we saw the collapse happen. So the thing is that you can't change the game that happened already, right? This game is over and done with. You just got to look towards the next one. The Spurs can go ahead and win here in front of the hometown crowd. That's a victory lap for us, right? You go ahead and win. You push it to a game six. Maybe you can go ahead and win that one. But they had two close games that they should have won. The one here at home, and then the one here tonight. They should have won this one, but they didn't. And the rest,
Yeah.
again, it's going to be history for the San Antonio Spurs. Epic collapse, biggest come from behind win in NBA Finals history.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it was the Spurs that squandered the 29-point lead.
Sean says to send the link. He must have a lot to say.
Oh my God. Sean, you want the link? Let me go ahead and send it to you. I don't know if he's going to be hangry or what's going to happen with him tonight.
I'm
We
trying to
let him
keep up
in,
with the
Myra?
comments. I mean, might as well. Shoot,
I'll go ahead and
it
send you
get
the
no
link,
worse
Sean.
than this.
But I want to hear from you guys. Like, who do you think? What do you think happened here in that second half for the San Antonio Spurs to have this epic collapse? I mean, I know I gave my point of view. Myra did too, but let us have it. What are you all thinking? How are you all feeling? Let's look and see
They
what they're
they
saying
blame
here.
Mike.
How OG was open. I blame Mike. Get Sean. Get mad Sean. OG is the MVP of the
MVP.
series. Fox happened. Highest
Period.
paid
Oh
player
look,
that you have out there.
Spursand says I'm going to ignore legacy media and other content creators. Area 210 is my only Spurs place for information. Period.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going to go ahead and send the link out to Sean right now.
JHNSV says Wemby missed 2 free throws. We lose. That's that.
That he
Wimpy
did.
gonna
Wemby
wimpy.
did.
He did.
Wemby
I
missed two
couldn't
free
I
throws.
couldn't believe what I was seeing when I was watching that.
That's the tell of two halves when you really look and see what the Spurs did. I mean, the stat line doesn't lie. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about. And Sean, if you're watching, we sent the link out to you. And right here's all she wrote. Look at the Spurs got off to a great first quarter. It scored 41. Second quarter scored 35. That third quarter, they only were able to score 14. Fourth quarter, only 16 points. That's not going to cut it.
Yeah.
And then when you see, okay, what did they do, as a team? They shot the ball well in the first half from beyond the arc. But overall, you're looking at this game, they shot 17 of 43 from beyond the arc. Good enough for 39.5%. And the next, they shot better. Free throws, looking at the Spurs, they made 17 of 20, which was pretty good. Offensive rebounds, I mean, they had a good rebounding game tonight.
Yeah.
You look at their assists, they were pretty even kill. Steals, turnovers, points off turnovers in favor of the Spurs. Fast break points were pretty even. Points in the paint, kind of the same. What it came down to is capitalizing on your possessions and actually making your shots in that second half. Spurs were just cold as ice in that second half, couldn't go ahead and knock down anything. It was hard to watch. If you're a Spurs fan, this was hard to watch. What's up, Sean?
What the hell?
Man, what's going on?
How you feeling, Sean? Tell me how you really feel.
You know, I was doing my best to watch the game as I was working. I had my wife was there with me as well, and the frustrations are they start off so well, they're getting this huge lead, spacing's great, and then second half comes around and nothing but 3 point shots, and you can see even sit there and see when Wemby's coming out of the game. Who's going to be the one that's going to be the bucket getter for him. And you see like Fox and Castle handling the ball a lot. Dylan Harper was balling out today, doing great. But in my eyes, you need to get the ball to Vassell more. He can create more of a shot than any of the other Spurs can. And this just goes to show, like we've talked about in the past, where they need somebody, whether it be a power forward, someone that's going to sit there and be able to put some points up. Because that's something that just lacks. When you look at offensively how well they are with Wimby on the floor and how not, I mean, I'm not going to say horrible because they're not, but they're just not the same team. They need someone that's going to sit there and put up points. And at the same time, like Mitch has to, I mean, we talk about the timeouts, like when Harper was going to go over and back, you have 3 timeouts at that point. Why didn't you call one then? When Castle was fumbling the ball, dude, call timeout. You have them. And we're just sitting there and giving this ball away. At some point, he needs to sit there and get these guys to regroup and sit there and say, look, get the ball down low, start feeding it in. Start demanding it. Don't sit there and say, "Would you please do it?" I don't know, man. This you could point it. You can point the finger at coaching. You can point the finger at the players. At the end of the day, again, you had a chance to sit there and win it at the end. And who's supposed to be someone that's supposed to be one of your veterans, one of your leaders on the team, your highest paid player, just freaking fumbles the bag again, man. Oh,
Let's
I'm so
see. Let's
upset.
see the play in its entirety.
Gets it
Oh,
back.
we have to
Runs it on the
rewatch
drive. The
this.
floater's up. Shot won't go. Rebound deflected. In the backcourt. Fox has a chance to get it. Fox has it inside. Blocked by Anunoby. 9 seconds remaining. 6 seconds remaining.
What are you doing, my guy?
Being a dumbass.
He had the ball.
Runs it on the.
All he
Make
had
him
to
take
do
a
at this
bus. Make
point,
him take a bus back, dude. He don't get on the plane. Tell him to get
all
on the
he
bus.
had to do was hold on
Walk.
to that ball. He just needed to dribble the ball out.
Mm.
I mean, it's hard to watch that play again and again and again.
And such a great game they were playing. I mean, the ball movement was great. It was great to see these guys sitting there knocking down shots again, attacking the rim. But again, like we sit there and at some point we had to know that the Knicks were going to sit there and come back and make a run. I mean, this is playoff basketball. You're in the finals. You shouldn't expect it to blow them out by 25 points. You knew it was going to get close or a little closer at some point. But man, you just got to really sit there and regroup, man. You got to sit there and slow it down. These Spurs players thinking that, hey, we've been knocking down shots all day long, we can continue to do it. Nah, ain't gonna happen. And missing late free throws, you're 13 for 13, then you start missing. Like, get your head in the game and knock these shots down.
Yeah, we got some incoming super chats. They're getting stacked up.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
So this one's from Spurs, Ann. Thank you for the super chat. We appreciate the support. She says, "At least I have my Western Conference championship gear. At least you got that." I'm sure all
There you
the vendors are going to be having all the Spurs gear, all the bootleg gear is going to be 50% off.
50% off.
I'll go out there and start shopping for Myra's shirt now.
Not you being cheap, getting
Get
it
you a
on
clearance
clearance.
shirt, girl. Come on.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
And thanks again to Spurs, and she goes, "Stop it, Joe. I can't take it."
I know.
And
No,
this is from
stop.
Jason Garcia.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
Jason saying, "I'm done. Back to work for me."
Crazy.
Everybody's
my
going
Lord.
through it. It's going to be a tough
Dang.
night.
Look at Mexican Jr. I can't see how anyone would show up for game 5. Sell those tickets to Knicks fans on Saturday. This team does not deserve a home court advantage.
Damn.
no.
Goodness.
Everybody's
Mexican
mad right now.
Jr.
Look at Alex Noriega says, when was the last time a team down 3-1 in the NBA Finals had a double-digit lead in all 4 games played? True that. I'm telling you, Sean, we were saying that experience doesn't matter, right? The Spurs, they didn't need experience to get to the NBA Finals. They mowed down everybody. They went through OKC. They went through the Timberwolves, the Portland Trail Blazers. And now it looked like experience did matter in this game. The inexperience from this team showed its ugly head. And like I was telling everybody from the get-go, you're going to have heartache, man. And that's going to dictate you actually becoming a better team. I'm not glad this happened. I wasn't hoping this would happen, but it happened. And the only thing this team can do from here on out is get better. They know that they have another level that they got to go into, right? So Wemby's going to have to go with the monks again and learn the ways of the leaf or something. I don't know, man. But you know what Wemby needs to work on, and a lot of these guys need to work on? They need to learn how to go ahead and stop shooting those threes all the time. They need to add a little in-between game. They need to start being able to knock down those open jump shots and play a little bit more under control. I think that's what they need to do. They just need to calm down a little bit more out there on the court, and that'll come in time. But like I said too, Sean, the one thing that we can look forward to is that this team is good enough to get to the finals, and we haven't even seen the peak versions of these players yet. They're all very young. So you have a team that essentially can be going deep into the playoffs and maybe get to the finals again multiple times with Wemby, with Fox, and with Castle, Harper. I mean, this is something to be proud of if you're a Spurs fan. Yeah, it might sting right now because of this ugly loss, but the future looks bright for the team still.
It does, and you look at the teams we played against though, and when they're getting the rotation players, they all have bigs that they can rotate that can sit there and contribute. The Spurs, we have our three centers, and we quite frankly, I'm saying three like the three backups. They don't want to play them. Cornette, some, but at the same time, we're leaning on Keldon Johnson to sit there and pick up some of the load. I mean, I hope this goes to show like the front office, some of the needs that the Spurs need to sit there and contend. Because again, you're asking too much of Wemby, and especially all the beating he sits there and takes. Because it would be nice sometimes to get two bigs there at a time. We talk about like the whole French vanilla thing, but if you have someone else that's a little more productive, it's gonna be easier to sit here and get him some of that rest or let him sit for a while. So again, I'm a big believer that we got to sit there and look in the offseason for either a true power forward or another center as well.
Myra,
What?
what did you think
What's
about
she mad,
your
mad?
baby daddy tonight, Castle?
Oh my God, the amount of text messages I'm getting. What happened to your baby daddy tonight? Why was your baby daddy not performing tonight? Y'all are annoying. I told them he's
Hey,
sleeping on the couch when he gets home. Sleeping on the
Myra,
couch. What?
I can get Jaden on the show again tomorrow if you want. I'll stop. I'll stop.
Sean, read the room, okay? Read the
Yes,
room.
ma'am.
Jeez. So you say, Myra, goodness.
Goodness, it took me a minute to process what you were saying.
I know. I'm like, what you talking about,
I was like,
Sean?
wait, what? Wait, what? Yeah, he sucked. I'm mad at him. Me and him, we about to break up because this is too much. I can't deal with this abuse, this mental game that he plays because he goes in strong and then I don't know what happens from I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
And look at
No, Mar, you
Spurs
gotta put
fans.
him in the garage tonight.
Spurs fans already turning on him, man. Look at what they're saying. Fox has to be the dumbest player there is, or he has to be throwing games. He's been in the league for too long to make these many mistakes. He needs to be traded this offseason. He's ready to drop him off at the fire station, Sean.
Where's the lie? Where's the lie?
And look at their Spurs fans. Sterling Renales is saying changes will be made. You need a two-way forward or a center. They gotta get something in the offseason. I'm sure they'll make some moves some way, somehow. And here we go with the incoming super chat.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
And Jason Garcia, thank you for the super chat. He says, I blame Myra. She wasn't on the show this morning. It's all her fault.
That ain't me. Blame Joe. That he said downtown Eddie got it. I said, okay, I get to sleep in. Bet.
Yeah,
And now look.
Man, I set up my patio a different way. I moved all the tables where it's facing the TVs. I turned the music off. I put the volume on. Had the volume in the inside bar area as well. Only 6 people took advantage of it, but I did meet quite a few Spurs fans on the way out of PF Chang's today, and hopefully I told them about the show, so hopefully some of them are on here. If you are, leave a message on the chat group. We would love to hear from you. But man, disappointing when you seeing the fans leaving the area, and same thing they sat there and said, man, Fox. All they could sit there and say.
I can only imagine what's gonna happen outside of the arena. Since it was this type of game, those Spurs fans that are over there,
yeah.
I have
You,
no words.
We got
well,
some
Greg was
incoming.
over.
We got
Greg was
incoming
at the
super
Frost Bank
chats.
Center. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
get to
Money
those.
talk. Here comes the money.
And thank you, Jason. He goes, there's about to be a fire station special after Saturday. There is. And here's another incoming super chat.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
And this is from John Birch, 8744. Appreciate your support. Thank you so much. He goes, to make matters worse, if Wemby gets one more flagrant foul, he will be suspended. So now he will have to play less aggressive in the next game. He's just got to play smart, man. You can't be raising your elbows up and making contact with people. You gotta play a little bit more under control. It's that length, I guess he's not really understanding what he's doing when he's picking up his arms and hitting people in the face. And To the credit of the Knicks, they found ways to go ahead and use that length against Wemby, right? And they've used the flopping, not as much as OKC, but it has been a problem where they go and they flop and they draw these fouls and they get to the free throw line and they get the Spurs in foul trouble. And just things that the Spurs they need to learn to play through, but it'll come with experience. It'll come in time. But we're gonna go ahead and end the show for tonight because we're all tired. We're angry. We're
Man.
mad. But we'll be back tomorrow morning. We'll have the show starting at 10 o'clock. You can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Was it a Kick? We're on Twitter with the X.
All the things.
All of
We're
it.
everywhere.
Everywhere. So
things.
come back and join us, and maybe calmer heads will prevail. Hopefully the chat won't be as angry in the morning, but I'm sure that Fox is going to want to not show his face around San Antonio for a bit.
He better not.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and end the show. We'll see you all tomorrow morning. Y'all be safe out there. Try to get some sleep. We're out. Peace.
Try.